I wanted to talk to you about something that's very, very important and very special to us here at the Chef's Garden. You know, our area is rich in tradition with vegetable production. At one point, hosting over 330 vegetable growers right here in our county. The glaciers were extremely heavy in this area, and it made it some of the richest sandy loam in the world with great drainage and all old lake bottom deposits. So it was in part because of the region and the soils. But I think more importantly was the growers. When I was a youngster, I remember an older couple, their name was Mr. and Mrs. Frye, and they were truly some of the best vegetable growers of all time. They really cared and they showed passion in their vegetable growing, and you never saw one that you didn't see the other. In fact, their social outings were to go and make deliveries, and they would harvest in the mornings and clean and pack their product and then go out on their route and make deliveries. And so that was their real social outings, and they made friends with everybody. Well, they had a special variety of rhubarb that their ancestors had actually brought over from Europe. And it was a prized rhubarb. We grew rhubarb too, but it was nothing like the variety that Mr. and Mrs. Frye had. And everybody sought after this rhubarb. And everybody would order more than Mr. Frye could give. But each place would get 2 or 3 baskets on the route, and we would always get 2 or 3 baskets. But we showed a huge reverence for him and for his special rhubarb. You know, none of us get out of this thing alive. At the end, Mrs. Frye passed, and Mr. Frye continued to attempt to harvest his rhubarb, but it just wasn't the same. His hands had hit a point where they had crippled up, and he couldn't even pull the rhubarb out. And so we offered to come over and harvest the rhubarb for him and help him pack it so that then he could go on his deliveries. And that worked out great for a while. But at the end of his life, he knew that we really appreciated and respected this rhubarb. But before he passed the rhubarb along to us. And for the last 25 years, we've been multiplying this rhubarb stock. We're up to about 4,000 rootstocks now. And the only way that we ever sell this is as Mr. Frye's rhubarb, because it holds a special place in our hearts, and it's a special variety of rhubarb, and we want to be able to keep the tradition of Mr. Frye's rhubarb alive. So anytime that you call and ask for rhubarb from us, call and ask for Mr. Frye's rhubarb. We keep that story alive and the tradition and the respect of great ingredients alive through Mr. Frye's rhubarb. Folks, thanks. Thanks for allowing me to share the story of Mr. Frye's rhubarb with you today.